electrohypersensitivity, visit www.electrosensitivesociety.com.
Getting a little bit higher too. 582, 600, 603, 654. That's interesting. 700. This is wild. 860. 900, 850, 935, 800, 932, 945, 1060, 1057, 1092, 1084, 1065, 1049, 1028, 940, 950, 750. It's coming down now. Now 1007. 1041. 1008. Okay, I'm going to stop it now.
I'm going to just show where this is the smart meter.
Okay.
And this is the antenna up there.
What is your opinion about Safety Code 6 and Industry Canada's settings or their current standards that they're using right now?
Safety Code 6 is grossly out of date. All right? It's based on heat, right? And needs to be upgraded.
Yeah. So, and with all due respect, we need people like you.
I'm not going to hide behind Safety Code 6. I've actually told that to the people, right? That and that was one of our consultations was with people that would say that this needs to be upgraded. Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah. We agree on something.
You're absolutely right. Okay, good stuff.
My questions are, what I've noticed is with people expressing their concern about the health issues of the wireless revolution, what I see is the wireless smart meter is one more device that's going to be emitting radio frequency. So
that's true.
Yeah, so we've got deck phones, we've got cordless phones, we've got Wi-Fi, WiMAX, cell phones, cell towers, and now we're going to add a smart meter to it. Do you have a concern that we could be reaching somewhat of a saturation point with all the wireless radiation?
I don't not believe that there is a saturation point. Okay. It's got to do with the wavelength, it's got to do with the duration, and it's got to do with the distance. So with the meters, those things will be for 1 minute on average, up to a maximum of 3. So the duration is short. They're not on 24/7. They are a long wavelength. at the far end of the spectrum, and distance. If you're at a distance of 30 centimeters from it, it drops off by the square of the distance, and it keeps dropping off by the square of the distance. So what you're projecting is that there's this bombardment of ions going out there and scattering all over the place. What's actually happening is they're going like this, zoom. So you're assuming that there's a huge increase. There won't be. And I think we'll be able to show that.
Hydro is adding up all these microsecond bursts of energy, which are only fractions of seconds. And they add them all up together, and it comes to 2 or 3 minutes a day. And they say, on average, we're only transmitting 2 or 3 minutes a day. When in fact, they are transmitting every couple of minutes at a fairly powerful burst of energy. And do you know anything different about that? Can you know?
No. The answer is I can't debate that with you because I do not know. I do not know the specifics. So the answer is I can't debate that with you.
Okay, so as it stands right now, because I have tested it, I have tested a meter, and that is the fact as it stands right now, that the meter does transmit all day, every day. Now what I'm asking you to do is find out for sure, okay?
And we will. But
Yeah.
remember, that these meetings were set up because of the RFP meeting, and we came here to try to find out from you people what the questions were. That's one of the reasons why we're taking the questions, is that we want to know
Okay.
what you want to tell us. The same thing in Victoria. We want to listen, so you're now telling me that this is this.
Yeah.
We'll get you an answer for that question, okay? Because that's a fair question.
Yeah.
And we'll get you an answer for it, and we'll get our technicians who will know what the meter that is being purchased has, and we'll be able to give you that answer.
Yeah, you know, there's
So
a lot.
we're not trying to hide something here.
Okay, no, fine.
Here, and the answers will go on the website,
Okay, we're waiting.
so that anybody can see
We're
it.
waiting, we're waiting.
Yes.
I asked this question last week, I'm still waiting for an answer. Now,
Right,
worldwide.
but we told you last week too, that the RFP hasn't been finished and the final contracts haven't been signed. And Fiona told you tonight that somewhere in the next 4 to 6 weeks, and so we're at a disadvantage and we recognize that, but we're willing to listen
Okay.
and get the questions.
All righty, I appreciate that. But what I'm trying to establish here, Dr. Latherick, is that worldwide, you know, there's scientists around the planet that have issued warnings about not to expose the public to these levels of radio frequency radiation. And, you know, we have a situation right now where in a prudent public policy setting, if you said, okay, we want to protect the public from potential harm, and not from an, you know, we don't necessarily have to have a 100% proof of harm before we set out to protect the public. When you see these warnings from scientists all around the world, and these are the best scientists in the world, and I often will quote Ole Hansen or Dr. David Carpenter and all these well-known doctors and researchers.
Okay, now you're proselytizing, you're not asking a
Well, the
question.
thing is, I'm
But the answer
Yeah.
back to you is that there's an equally huge amount of literature out there
Yeah.
that has been studied and has looked at the things that you're talking about and said there is no problem. So you can find people who say there's a problem. I've known that through my whole career.
Yeah.
There's always somebody who will say the sky is falling. But the literature that BC Hydro relied on, the literature that they have looked
Yeah.
at, the literature that has been in the public domain for a long time, from journal-tested articles, from the experts that we think are true experts as well, those are the ones that we have relied on. And so anytime you have a change in technology, you will have a group of people, and some of them,
Yeah.
very, very educated people, some of them I actually know,
Yeah.
and they'll say, this is what's going to happen. The answer is, that's not what the rest of the literature shows. And
Yeah.
in essence, we've done the human experiment with Wi-Fi, with cellular phones, with electricity. We live with more electricity
Okay.
and electrical current than you can ever imagine.
Okay, what
and
is the
our
result?
population
Okay.
is getting healthier.
And we're not getting healthier.
Are you kidding?
That's absolutely ridiculous.
Hang on.
I would challenge you on that. I see
company.
children who are already losing their memories. They're teenagers. They're already talking about seniors' moments. Please don't talk to me about children getting healthier. They are more sickly than ever.
We as doctors know that. We've seen them. And that's one of the reasons Fiona went to great lengths to say, we are going to be looking at the issues and we're going to try to find a solution for the individuals who have that. So we've been consistent in that message back to the people.
Has it been done before? Have actually things been stopped that are electromagnetically harmful in the public domain? Like, I don't see anything with all these things you brought up, all these experts with all their findings on electromagnetic radiation damage to health. I haven't seen people say, we're recalling this product because it's causing...
Right, because none of that stuff scientifically holds up.
No, it's
up to
because
the
it's tested in
scientific-
I just want to get to my
Health
question.
Canada is in business.
My question is this.
Industry Canada is in business.
We could argue about proof all day, can't we? But the thing is about this is that in every other area, I know that I think you were a proponent of banning the use of tanning beds for teenagers, and you're asking that
Yes, known cause, skin cancer, known.
Yeah, and the thing is that how much evidence did you have that showed that this is causing skin cancer? Firstly, how much evidence did you have to have? Say, for instance, if I were to bring you that amount of evidence, would that be enough for you to say, okay, maybe we have an issue here? You know,
Well,
would that
you
be
can,
enough?
you can give me all the evidence you want, and I will look at it. That's
Yeah.
what I've been doing. I've been talking to Dr. Kerry Crofton.
Yeah.
I've been talking to several other people, because one of the first things I've said is, you tell me from your standpoint, what are the problems? What are you reading, and what are
Yeah.
you worried about? So that I can look at that and balance it. What I'm telling you
Yeah.
also, that I'm also looking at the other side of it, and that side of it isn't showing.
Over 2,000 megawatts when it reached WARNS, and the smart meter is located right outside a bedroom window.
Voici les nouveaux compteurs intelligents d'Hydro-Québec qui permettent de faire des relevés en tout temps, à distance. Ces compteurs-là émettent des micro-ondes 24 heures sur 24, 7 jours par semaine.
I'm David Carpenter. I'm a public health physician. I graduated from Harvard Medical School, and I worked for the New York State Department of Health for 18 years. During that period of time, I was responsible for administering a program in electromagnetic fields. I subsequently became the Dean of the School of Public Health, and presently I'm a faculty member in the School of Public Health and the Director of the Institute for Health and the Environment at the University of Albany.
Thank you. And Central Maine Power says there is no reason to be concerned about smart meters. There are no health effects, and everyone who's worried about health effects of RF from smart meters or from the mesh network really has nothing to be concerned about. And what do you say to that?
I say that's absolutely false. The question to ask them is, what is the evidence that smart meters are safe and have no adverse health effects? And the answer to that question is that there is no such evidence. And in fact, while no one has actually done human health studies in relation to people living in homes with smart meters, we have evidence from a whole